Hello, Infinity Kingdom audience. Hope you're having an awesome day, evening, or whatever time you're watching this video. I'm glad you're here. I'm glad you clicked on this video, and I would love it if you hit the subscribe button, and I would love it if you hit the like button. So, this is going to be a very different video than I normally do. And while I'm doing this video and talking about things over with you, I'm going to go ahead and do Infernal Assault. That gives you something to look at while I'm having a discussion. So, this is not going to be a tip video. This is not going to be my normal. This is going to be mainly a discussion video. And I really hope you will comment on the video, put comments below, and join me on this discussion. Because I'm not going to give you any right or wrong answers in this video. But I'm going to present some ideas. And what I want to really talk about as an alliance and alliance leader, you really have broken down into two critical decisions that you have to make at some point in the game. Now, I feel that Infinity Kingdom right now has a very big problem late game and late game play. And I'm going to discuss that later on. But it's a problem that needs to be fixed. And I think if they fix it and do it better, I think they can make a lot more activity in the game and make the game a lot more enjoyable. So first of all, I want to talk about the critical decisions that you have to make an alliance leader. Because let's face it, Infinity Kingdom is a game, and being a game over time, people quit. People quit playing the game, they get busy with life, they get busy with work, they get busy with family, they have medical issues, they just get bored of the game. It happens. So when that happens, over time, there's dwindling participation in the alliance or the server as a whole. Now, yes, there is a few servers out there where this is not happening. They got a lot of activity, they got players porting in, they're strong, they're vibrant. Yes, that does happen there, but I would say majority of the servers and alliances, it doesn't happen that way. And you're left with critical decisions that you have to make as an alliance leader. And as an alliance leader, those decisions are, number one, are we going to merge with another alliance? Or number two, are we porting to another server, or both? So we're kind of at that point on server 16 where we're at the point of, okay, we got to make some critical decisions to get activity. We have to either do mergers or we're going to have to port to another. And when I say have to, I'm saying possibilities. This isn't something, but we have to be prepared for that. It's not an easy decision to make, and it's not something easy to do. So let me get my Infernal Assault up here. Let me collect my item first. Got it. And I'm doing number 12. I like number 12. I don't lose a lot of troops, and I still get a good amount of gold. So go ahead and march and attack. All right, so, and to explain this better, let's go look at Legion of Frostborn. Let's look at the different servers. We're going to look at 9. So I started playing the game at server 9. And server 9 was heavily balanced. It was blue, red, and green, but blue was a more powerful alliance than the rest of them. And over time, and I'm not saying this is right or wrong, blue, because of their activity and because how much they were gaining in power, felt that they should have more cities. And, of course, the other two alliances weren't necessarily happy with that decision. And they made the decision to port away to other servers. And this server became an entirely blue server. And I think it had 3 alliances that were pretty strong as a blue server. But, here's a 46. Not an alliance. So that's someone that recently quit, or quit, maybe not recently, but has quit the game, unfortunately, or appears to quit the game. So right here, the top alliance is still in existence on here in some manner, and that's kind of one of the problems. Is I wish the game allowed you to look at alliance members and allowed you to look at whether they're silent, active, and stuff like that, because that is some key information to know before jumping over to a server. So you should never jump over into a server blind. You should go join that server with a new account, take a look around, talk to people. Never, because can you imagine hopping to this server and it took 70 ports to get here, and our space portals, and the server's empty and there's hardly anyone playing, and you have to spend months and months trying to get the hell out of here and getting 70 ports? Oh, what a nightmare. So do not go blindly. Make a very calculated decision. There we go. We got someone right there on whether to jump over here. So obviously there's here, and that's the other hard part about making decisions to jump to other servers, is that not everyone goes. You know, someone always gets left behind. And this kind of leads me into my next topic about ports. Is ports are so hard to get. I know they're easier now, but they take so much time, especially if you're a free-to-player. Good God. I spend moderately in this game, and I've been spending a lot on ports just because I want to be prepared. If anyone makes a decision, hey, we're leaving to another server, I want to be prepared for it, and don't want to be behind. So let's just say I want to port to another alliance. Let's just pick 14. What the hell? We're going to pick 14. And I'm green. I want to relocate. I have to have 70 space portals right now. 70. That is a ridiculous amount of space portals. I do have 70. Luckily, because I've been really focusing on it and spending all my Golden Pass coins on there, on portals, spending some money here, a little bit here and there, getting the updates, doing alliance. And it's just really hard. In fact, we as an alliance, because we want to be prepared if we want to make that decision, I'm not saying that we are making that decision, but it's good to always be prepared. We had to join our sister alliance because our technology research is done. So there wasn't any big way for us to get coin. And so now that we've joined the alliance, now we could do our sister alliance. We could do technology research because it's not maxed out. We could get coin that way. But when you do that, you take a big power hit. So I was at 304K, and I went all the way down to 289K. I mean, I just got walloped with power decrease. So that's thing. So it's just really too hard to get ports in the game. I think it should be easier to port over to other servers, and you be allowed to make that decision and to, and again, what if you make that decision? What if you make that decision to go to another server, and like I said, and you don't like it and you just want to get the hell out? They make it really difficult for you to make that decision after if you're late game, and I've used my 70 ports to go somewhere else. Good God. And I have to start all over. So going to another server is going to be a really hard decision. The other thing that I want to talk about is, making the decision of alliance mergers. That is also a key thing that I think brings activity into the game. And make sure that your server and alliance stays very active. Now, I love a balanced server if we are able to get there, but for whatever reason, if you're not able to get there, it's important to, make the decision at some point to make that merger. And it's a very hard decision because not everyone gets along. leaders, whoever, there's only one leader, so some leader has to step down. There's only so many spots as R5s, so some R5s have to step down. But, people have to be willing to make that decision. I'm R5. I'm definitely willing to make that decision to step down to make mergers happen, because we're kind of at that critical point here where we're seeing some waning activity, and we need to make some decisions going on here to bring some life back into our server. So I know I kind of stood up on my soapbox, but I mainly wanted to talk us about critical decisions that Alliance has to make at late game, and that's whether when to merge and whether when to port over to another server. I wish the game did merger servers to reduce the amount of servers, because I just went to one server 9. Who knows how many empty servers are out there? So they need to make those critical decisions as a developer, and they really need to make it easier to get space portals. It is way too hard, takes way too long to get space portals, and because of that, people get left behind and people get kept off guard, and all of a sudden they're stuck in an empty server. And what happens when that happens is that person just quits playing. That's what happened. That's the unfortunate demise of that. So I hope, put your comments down below. I would really like some comments on this discussion point. Hit the thumbs up, like, subscribe, and definitely more videos coming out. Have an awesome day.